I think we can all agree that Beyblade and Inazuma 11 are insanely out of pocket when it comes to how serious they take their respective sports. But you know, that got me thinking a little bit. Surely there has to be more of these extravagantly unhinged shows, and that's when it came to me. Kuroko No Basket. Yes, your eyes are not deceiving you. This guy just charged up a whole Kamehameha ki blast. Look at the way he charged this up. He's out here looking like Yuno from Black Clover, and this is only one of the crazy things that be going down in this show. I don't really play basketball like that, but I'm more of a football enthusiast. But that did not stop me from watching and rewatching Kuroko No Basket. I remember for a solid 4 weeks during the summer holidays, me and my homies would be playing basketball damn near every single day. I was out here pulling up thinking I was Aomine. Kuroko No Basket is basically about a high school basketball team trying to become the #1 high school team in the country. And you know, this is nothing out of the ordinary, just another classic sports anime plotline. So tell me why some of these guys got straight up Nen abilities. Oh, I know that look in your eyes. You don't believe me, huh? Check this out. I need someone to give me a detailed explanation as to why Kuroko just used a whole flash step in a game of football. There is no way it's that serious. He's really out here using instant transmission for a 2-point layup. Kuroko used to be part of this middle school team called Teiko, which were also known as the Generations of Miracles. And if I tell you this team was unfair, it would be an understatement. They were like prime Chino Hills. You know, matter of fact, Teiko was basically like having Steph Curry, Kobe, Michael Jordan, Shaq, and LeBron all on the same team. But they decided that it would be best for all of them to go to separate high schools to make it more competitive between all of them. That's where Kuroko joins Serin and meets his new ace, Kagami. Kagami is like a diamond in the rough, an unpolished hidden talent. So now Kuroko, Kagami and Serin have made it their goal to beat their Generations of Miracles and become the best high school team in the country. This is all run-of-the-mill stuff, so let me introduce you to our first antagonist of the story, the small forward of the Generations of Miracles, Kise Ryota.
I'm right, I'm left, I'm left, I'm right, I'm right, I'm left, I'm left, I'm right, I'm right, I'm left, I'm left, I'm right.
Whatever you're thinking, you're correct. This man Kise has a Sharingan. Any move he sees, he can copy it perfectly. Look at this, bro, look at this. He just sold Kagami a dirty hezzy into a backward spin, finishing off with a dunk. Not only did he steal his entire flow, he did it better. And he gave Kagami the buckets in the loafers. Bro really might be a descendant of Kakashi Hatake. They go to settle the score in a real match, and tell me why I just witnessed some Hall of Fame menace to society actions from Kagami. Alright bro, let me just check something. Kagami is a 16-year-old high school boy, dunking the ball with so much force he broke the whole rim. He thinks he's Shaquille O'Neal. Kagami got that black Air Force energy, I'm not gonna lie. The match is pretty even right now, but whenever I hear the opening playing in the final quarters of the game, you know the match is about to go crazy. Just to summarize real quick, we're only 3 episodes deep and we already witnessed the Invisible Man Kuroko, Kise the Copycat Ninja, and Kagami the Prodigy. Yeah nah, this show is basically what would happen if you let a bunch of kids with superhuman powers play basketball. After playing the friendly with Kise's team, they enter the tournament and they are now playing against a 6'5" Haitian sniper, Midorima. And if I tell you this man is a literal cheat code, out of all the Generations of Miracles, when it comes to pure basketball, he might have the most broken ability.
What is he doing? Don't tell me.
This might be the most ludicrous thing I have seen all week. Midorima jumps without the ball and has his teammate pass the ball into his hands for an instant release. Do you understand how crazy this concept even is? Midorima is like a maxed out Steph Curry at this point. They play the game and again it's very even until Midorima scores a 3, seemingly breaking the deadlock. That is until Kuroko literally begins airbending and boosts the ball to Kagami for an easy dunk. You know what, let's just cut the nonsense. I did not just witness a 16-year-old full form, full court shot. Look at where bro's standing, like I reckon Midorima could hit a 3-pointer from his own house. I once saw someone say that Midorima could probably hit a 3-pointer from the moon. The next guy I want to talk about is Aomine, the ace of the generations of miracles. They were hyping this guy up like he was Thanos. They just kept mentioning his name here and there and only showing glimpses of his face, and let me tell you, he absolutely lived up to the hype. Aomine pulled up, and his first on-screen introduction, he speed blitzed Kagami, bodied this random, and we find out that he scored 82 points in his last game all without training. Bro is built different. This is why he's my favorite. He's the lazy genius type character with the Michael Jordan mentality. Aomine already beat Senshiig in the first game by like 40 points, but the second game is where shit gets wild. The game begins and Aomine is out here playing like a street ball. Kagami is getting cooked. Bro's moving like murderers, soloing the entire team on his own. Okay. He even called it out like it was some type of super move. There is no way you should be charging up a special move in a game of basketball. This is straight out of Dragon Ball. Look at the way Aomine stops it. I can't believe my eyes. We have transcended the realm of basketball. They're just doing whatever at this point, man. Out here playing with intent to kill. You can't tell. Look at the way the ball is traveling. This is traveling at Mach 10 speed. Kuroko has essentially become useless, and it's now on Kagami to stop Aomine by himself. And Kagami has gone through some type of second awakening, and he's low-key keeping up with Aomine, even like pushing him back a little bit. Senshiig was really standing on business against Aomine, so he decides to open his domain expansion, the zone. And bro, Aomine came out the gate, speed blitzing the entire court. There's no way bro's a normal human. When Aomine uses the zone, he's able to use 100% of his potential for a limited amount of time. But the job is not done, because everyone knows that the best counter to someone's domain is opening your own. So Kagami also enters his domain. This is really the battle of the gods. Goku vs Beerus, Gojo vs Sukuna. This was peak fiction. This is what I'd imagine if we ever got to see LeBron vs Michael Jordan. No one on the pitch can even react. It's literally just a glorified 1v1. You know what? I'm really glazing, bro. I'm really glazing these guys. Kagami ends up winning the domain clash and wins Senshiig in the game. I remember watching this being straight up tense. They had me thinking I was out there putting in work. I just love shows like this that really, hook you in as the viewer. Hi, I know this is a compilation video and all, but I knew I had to drop something so that people could have something to watch in the background while they were studying or playing video games while I work on some heat for December, included but not limited to Inazuma 11 World Cup arc. If you're enjoying it so far, make sure you subscribe. We just officially got to first place in the race to 100k, and I'm not planning on leaving this #1 spot, so I know we can lock in and sweep the win. Hey, it don't cost nothing to drop a sub, you know? Let's get back to the video. The person I'm going to be covering in this video and the 4th generation of Miracle member is none other than the 6'9" colossal titan himself, Murasaki Bara. Bruh, I swear to you, this behemoth, this 300-pound white Shaquille O'Neal didn't even jump. This man was getting triple guarded, jumped up, won the ball, and then used literal airbending for a 2-point dunk. Are my eyes deceiving me? Am I schizophrenic? Cause there is no way bro just jumped up like the Incredible Hulk all for the sake of a singular basket. What even is this show? Let me not get ahead of myself. Before we can cover the game, we find out that Kagami and Kuroko went on a secret training camp. Kuroko went to the goat Aomine to teach him how to get some buckets, cause you know, and Kagami was being taught some new moves by his baddie of a teacher who used to be a WNBA player. Fast forward and Senshiig progresses pretty easily to the next game, all while conserving Kagami and Kuroko's strength. They now come face to face with Yosen, Murasaki Bara, and Kagami's friend Tatsuya. Just for reference, this is the same Yosen that just bodied the team 0 to 81. They straight up didn't even let the other team score a goal. If that was me, no one is leaving the venue until all footage has been deleted. I cannot let the evidence go out into the real world. The game starts and Murasaki Bara is covering the entire court and blocking all the shots. He's really moving like prime Jokic. No one can score on him. He's guarding the basket like he's the Great Wall of Ba Sing Se. It's 0 to 18 in the first quarter, and it seems like Senshiig is about to get bodied until they pull some of the most nonsensical nonsense I have ever seen in sports anime. Like just look at this. Look at their faces. This is completely justified, because there is no way this is fair. Kuroko really has cheats enabled, because tell me why the boy just phased through Murasaki Bara's hand. Kuroko really thinks he's Vision. Matter of fact, scratch that. He's out here moving like Mirio. I know for a fact he has some type of quirk. Kuroko keeps spamming his overpowered ability to try and cut down the lead. The game's pretty even right now, and just look at the way Yosen is playing, bro. They put Murasaki Bara at the basket like he's some sort of Dark Souls Black Knight, like he's really the real life gatekeeper. Now what happens next can only be explained with one analogy. You know when back in the day when you're playing Minecraft with your homies and one of you guys turns on cheats to get diamonds, so now everyone turns on cheats? That's exactly what happened here, because look at this.
What the hell? Oh my god, no way.
Bro saw Kuroko use a lag switch and said, "Alright, let me get on that." Why is this so normalized? Everyone is just accepting the fact that we got multiple Greek gods playing on the court right now. Murasaki Bara is dashing across the stage like he's Ganondorf, Tatsuya is lagging, Kagami is a bulky character in disguise, and Kuroko can straight up go invisible. And then we got regular people like Junpei trying to compete. It's just not fair. The game is too tense right now. Everyone is playing at 120% of their power. Even the lazy hooper Murasaki Bara started trying. They are now triple teaming Kyoshi because he seems to be the biggest threat right now. It's mainly because it's personal between him and Murasaki Bara. They are like opposites yet so alike. It's like two sides of the same coin. Everything was going right for Sarin until Murasaki Bara actually decided to sit forward, and that brings us back to the intro. I'm not gonna go over them shambolic shenanigans again, but just know that this game is quickly turning into the tournament of power with the amount of Nen abilities that are being displayed. I know I called this man the white Shaquille O'Neal in the intro, but I didn't expect them to actually make a callback to Shaq bringing down the rim. I always forget that these guys are literal kids. Wait, matter of fact, let me just double check something. Bro, this demon is 16 years old. Imagine what he'll play like when he hits his prime. He's gonna be going toe to toe with Namek Saga Goku. If the 16-year-olds are playing like this, imagine what the NBA players play like. They can probably summon meteors and create earthquakes. We're about to get lore accurate LeBron James. Kagami is currently trying to enter the zone like he did against Aomine, but the zone doesn't allow you to enter if you're not in the correct headspace. The zone is actually based on a real life concept called flow states, and any of us could actually enter the zone. High level athletes like Kobe Bryant and Ronaldo have both spoken numerous times about entering a flow state. After Kagami collects his thoughts, he manages to go into the zone, but this hacker Tatsuya starts creating literal shadow clones.
Nice for the speed, trying to get jiggy. They have found that boy alive, all of his body.
I'm not even gonna question it anymore. Bro's using actual ninjutsu for no reason. He created 3 whole clones. This is not Naruto. I don't know what's going on. You're in the wrong show. But even that's not enough to stop Baki's long lost brother, and he manages to hold down both Murasaki Bara and Tatsuya because he uses the Sharingan, steals his ability, and then lines up a dunk from the free throw line to close the gap even more. Man, everything them old heads were saying about Wilt Chamberlain is actually what Kagami is. This game is way too hype. They go into the final quarter and Murasaki Bara goes into his final form after realizing he actually loves the game of basketball, so he goes into the zone. And this gotta be a scary sight, because imagine seeing a 300-pound, 6'9" behemoth run at you like this. I'd be scared out of my boots. I'd be shivering in my timbers. But I'm not gonna lie, this game had me at the edge of my seat. I love sports anime so much, bro. Kyoshi, Kagami, and Murasaki Bara are in a Conqueror's clash right now, and they go for a fast break, and what happens next is so out of this world, it's insanity. This is so beyond impossible, I don't even know what to say. He had his nuts in his face, sack hanging, head above the rim, and then jammed the ball with a downward slam like it's Brawlhalla. This is art. Man, this win had me celebrating like I was part of the team. Nothing gets me this hyped like a good sports anime, man. Kuroko No Basket deserves way more hype than it actually gets. Alright, so I'm gonna skip through some of the games because the ones I want to focus on most in my next video is Rakuzan and the 5th generation of Miracles member, Akashi. The game to decide who plays Sarin in the semis is Kise vs Haisaki, aka the Black Air Force Demon. He literally wears black Air Forces. Like, look at bro's character introduction. He came for nothing but straight violence, bodied Tatsuya, and was holding up Kagami's manager the same way Thanos was holding up Loki at the start of Infinity War. Turns out he used to play for Teiko and got the same ability as Kise. However, unlike Kise, once Hazuki steals your ability, you can never use it again. This is some nonsense straight out of Naruto. We really are about to watch Kakashi the Copycat Ninja versus Obito. Oh, and we also find out that Hazuki stole Kise's girl. Fast forward and they start the game and Hazuki is low-key cooking Kise. But then Kise tells the scriptwriters to play his theme. Nah. Kise has now learned the ability to copy the generation of miracles. This is the equivalent to Kakashi somehow copying the ability of a Kekkei Genkai. After Kise turned on his cheats, he obviously smokes Hazuki and moves on to play Serene in the semi-finals. But Hazuki is a real thug, so he waits for him after the game to run his fade, but he didn't account for the GOAT Aomine to turn up. That's my glorious king. He called bro goofy and then flatlined him with a singular punch. This is why he's the GOAT. The GOAT. Pure demon timing, on and off the pitch. When was the last time you saw a sports anime have these off-field type of interactions? I'm just saying. This leaves us with the official semi-finals. Kise vs Kagami and Kuroko, and Midorima vs Akashi. Akashi is a D1 crash out. I often call him the wannabe Ayano Koji. He's the definition of taking the sport too seriously, and his ability is straight up out of a whole nother anime. We are using a new method today to debunk the nonsense. It's called the Senshiig scale, and each time a character pulls their shambolic shenanigans, they get rewarded with a certain amount of nonsense points. So let's get into it.
What the hell? Oh my god, no way.
This is the first time we meet this guy. This is the first on-screen appearance and he tries to decapitate Kagami. Look at the speed he went to stab him with. This is attempted murder. He damn near speed blitzed him. If Kagami didn't use Ultra Instinct, he would have died. Imagine Akashi goes to jail over this and they ask him, yo, what you in for? And he says he tried to stab someone over a high school basketball game. This is ludicrous. This is preposterous. This is worth at least 3 nonsense points. So now the next matchup will be Akashi versus Midorima, the battle of the brains. I want you to remember that Akashi has been getting hyped up like Madara Uchiha for the past 2 seasons, and this is the first time you are going to see him play. The game begins and Midorima Curry starts off with his 3-pointer from Narnia. Seriously though, this is so unnecessarily overpowered. Midorima is spamming his ultimate with 3 back-to-back 3-pointers. This guy is crazy. Matter of fact, open shot. Fate of the universe on the line where the Martians have the death beam pointed at Earth. You better hit it. I want Midorima. Akashi picks up the ball and I know he's going to be OP when the opposition team is saying he can sense his aura. Akashi dribbles the ball and does a quick pass for a 2-point layup, but everyone on the court, including me, is kinda looking at him like, damn, I thought he was gonna be better. If you are deemed worthy of being the captain of the generation of miracles, I would have at least expected bro to have some type of Susanoo. The way he's playing right now makes me think I could low-key guard him. The game resumes and this orange-haired kid calls out a number like he's Kite from Hunter x Hunter and begins dribbling the ball with 3 fingers so hard it causes entire shockwaves on the court. This is at least worth 2 nonsense points. What do you mean you're dribbling so hard it can be measured on the Richter scale? The second quarter ends 39-39, but this eerie background sound starts playing and I already know wannabe Ayano Koji is gonna start cooking. During halftime, Kagami tries pressing Akashi for the scissor prank he pulled earlier, but I swear to you, Akashi uses straight up Conqueror's Haki and tells Kagami to sit down. What in the Code Geass is happening, bro? He ordered bro to sit down and he did. What type of African juju is Akashi using? This is at least worth 9 nonsense points. The third quarter begins and Akashi is now man marking Midorima, and in any other scenario this would be a mismatch. Akashi is like 5'3" and Midorima is like 6'7", bro. This would be like Nate Robertson guarding Wembanyama. Midorima goes for a 3, but there goes Akashi again using his visual jutsu, and he somehow steals the ball off Midorima and goes for a fast break. Tako tries to stop Akashi, but this man has some type of future sight quirk and crosses Tako into next week. This is foul work. He even trash talks him before he shot the ball. This is top 10 disrespect moments in all of anime.
You ain't never gonna be shit. Your mama wasn't shit. Your daddy wasn't shit. You think you gonna be some shit?
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. No one's leaving the venue with that footage. I'm taking all the SD cards, memory cards, even checking recently deleted. Any evidence of me getting crossed up by Ayano Koji must be vanquished before it reaches Twitter. We found out that Akashi does indeed have observation haki because he can apparently predict every single movement with his eyes. After the things I've seen in this show up until now, I'm not even surprised anymore. This is at least plus 14 nonsense points. The game continues and Midorima's team is getting blown out right now. Akashi is dodging screens, stealing balls, and sending people to the shadow realm with his basketball genjutsu. This performance right here is genuinely more dominating than Mbappe versus Argentina at the World Cup. He's really carrying his team. Akashi goes for a layup, and then mid layup he holds the ball behind his back and sets up his team with an elbow pass. And as much as I want to award like 20 nonsense points for this tomfoolery, it's actually not even that crazy because it's been done before in the NBA by Jason Williams. That's low-key a W reference from Kuroko No Basket, but I'm still gonna give 1 nonsense point for it. Honestly, you gotta feel bad for Midorima right now, and he's playing against someone who has even more hacks enabled than him. Playing against Akashi is like playing with that one friend who would secretly go into creative in Minecraft and then go back into survival mode and pretend he did some off-camera mining for his diamond gear. Midorima realizes he's getting cooked, so him and Takao perform a fusion dance and go for the wildest combo I have ever seen in the history of sports anime combos. This green-haired, light-skinned Steph Curry is insane. This guy jumped up in the air for a 3-pointer, I'm talking full form, and line up a shot without the ball, just for Takao to play the ball into his hands whilst mid-air for an instant release. This right here is the type of bullshit I'd be expecting from LeBron James and Steph Curry to pull off at the Olympics with Team USA. Look at how smooth they pulling this off. They must have been in the hyperbolic time chamber trading this super move, because who in the world is stopping this shot? Go ahead and add another 12 nonsense points to the tally. Akashi realized they matched his cheats, so he does something I have never seen before. Bro pulls up and scores on his own basket. The whole stadium has gone crickets. Akashi has decided to score a own goal on his own basket and then held an emergency meeting mid-game. I don't know, bro, he could have just scored a timeout or something, but hey, to each their own. He basically tells them they are all playing trash and they need to lock in. But after his speech, he says if they lose, he will gouge out both his eyes and quit playing basketball. What type of sweet action is this? It's not that deep. This is high school basketball. You're a 16-year-old little boy talking about gouging out your eyes all for the sake of a single game. He's really out here moving like Ryuga. He's really out here moving like Homelander, crashing out like Prime Gara. They get back to playing and Rakuzan is locked in. They're giving these boys their works after Akashi's Irwin level speech. Akashi still needs to stop Midorima from using his cheats, but Akashi starts talking crazy. This man's ego is off the charts. He's talking the same way Gojo was talking after he reached enlightenment.
You are a worthless, bitch ass nigga. Your life literally is as valuable as a summer ant.
Takao and Midorima go for another 3-pointer, but right when everything seemed alright, Akashi somehow, some way managed to intercept the pass and goes for a quick 2-point layup. I know Akashi put this one on Instagram talking about some I intercept passes the same way I intercept that bag. This game is basically cooked. Akashi is dominating, and to make things even worse, his other teammates have decided to turn on cheats too. Cause tell me why bro just created a whole shadow clone when shooting his 3-pointer. This is the same move they were teaching them kids back in the Ninja Academy. We got Zenitsu over here using thunder breathing to dribble the ball, and this black guy is dunking like he's Shaquille O'Neal. It's truly over. This man Akashi isn't some wannabe Ayano Koji. He is Ayano Koji. You know what? Matter of fact, scratch that. Bro is literally the Aizen of basketball. Damn, you know that game was truly peak. There's something special about a shonen-esque sports anime. It's truly one of my favorite genders. But hey, don't think I forgot. Let's go ahead and add an extra 25 nonsense points for all the stuff we just witnessed. Seeing Midorima and Takao lose kinda hurt. It low-key reminds me of going against a trash talker and still losing. That level of frustration is a different type of annoyance. The next game to decide who plays Rakuzan in the final is Keijo vs Serin. Copycat Ninja Kise versus Kuroko and Kagami. The match begins and Serin gets off hot with their cheats. Kuroko uses a flash step and then his lag switch shot for a quick 2 buckets. And then they thought everything was all good until Kise pulls out his own Sharingan fresh out the gate. No warm up, no delay, no nothing. He copies Midorima's special technique and lands a 3-pointer from his own basket. In the 4 minutes and 11 seconds following the activation of perfect copy, Kise is effectively a more I'm playing. Let me know in the comments if you caught that reference. Kise is straight up dominating right now. He's got the ability of every single member of the generation of miracles. He's literally a one-man army right now. Kise is basically a more broken version of Kakashi. He even countered Kuroko's lag shot. If I had to rank all Kuroko No Basket players right now, Kise with perfect copy is undoubtedly number 1. Even Akashi wouldn't be able to beat him. Kagami is cooking Kise so badly right now, they subbed him off. He was out there arguing with the coach like Kepper. You know, you'd think with Kise gone, Kaiji was just gonna get washed, but they are keeping up surprisingly well. It even got to the point that Kasamasu managed to block the lag switch shot of Kuroko. All the exploits are getting patched. Never thought I'd see the day. It's 44-44 right now, but Seren is locked all the way in and continue to dominate the 3rd and 4th quarter. But with Monoma still sitting on the bench, everyone knows the game is not finished. Kakashi and the Invisible Man get ready to sub into the game. Kise, Kuroko and Kagami are going bar for bar, basket for basket, bucket for bucket. Kise is looking crazy. Kagami is matching the energy. This is peak basketball. Kise's team is closing the lead, but just when they thought they were back in the game, with 1 minute left on the clock and a 1-point difference, Kise tries to use Murasaki Bara's airbending and passes the ball to Kasamatsu, who makes a clutch 3 to put Keijo in the lead by 1 point. And the 3 seconds left on the clock. This game had my butt cheeks clenched. I was stressing as if I was the one playing, but when all hope was lost, Kagami charges towards the basket for a fast break, but Kise somehow catches up, forcing Kagami to throw him off the backboard for Kuroko to finish it off. Oh my days, this is peak cinema. Absolutely beautiful. I damn near took my shirt off and started celebrating watching this game, and it's not even the final. I gotta compose myself. Stand up now and face the sun. Won't hide my tail or turn and run. It's time to do what must be done. Be a king when kingdom comes. Well, you can tell everybody. Well, you can tell everybody. Let's get back to business at hand. Before we can get back into the final tip-off, it's only natural we get hit with some more background lore for Akashi. Turns out Akashi was the one who originally recruited and trained Kuroko, all whilst building the super team we know as Teiko. Akashi was basically moving like LeBron and Team USA the way they were building the Avengers. Also, we end up finding out that Akashi actually has a split personality disorder, one personality that has the Emperor Eye and one that has another version of the Emperor Eye. This high school basketball gets crazy. He's basically a worse version of Sean Frost. If you know, you know. Now we got all the Aizen level background lore out the way, and we understand that Akashi has basically manipulated the entire plot. It's finally time to cover the final game, and don't think I forgot about the Senshiig skill. We are currently on 65 nonsense points altogether, but I already know in this next game that's about to fly through the roof. This game begins and this Super Saiyan Kuroko starts the game with a whole key blast. Both teams try their best to score the first basket, but Kagami must be on that compound V because watch this.
I just lost my dog. How my brother taught me how to chase the bag. Get right in the field, I had to make a bag.
Alright bro, let's break this down. This is a 16-year-old, 6'3" child jumping from the 3-point line with his whole nutsack hanging above the basket to jam it in like he's playing dodgeball. I have seen enough. Send him in against Sukune, he might have a chance. And yes, we are running up at least 20 nonsense points for this. Turns out Kagami entered the zone right away to get a jump on Akashi's team and create a lead. He's moving like a Dark Souls Black Knight because Rakusan has been unable to score a single point so far. Akashi is now marking Kagami and he manages to stop him from scoring and then proceeds to snatch his ankles and send him to the shadow realm. The game's evened out, but the thunder breathing user just got a quick basket. However, there are more pressing matters that have occurred. The latest update landed and they done voted Kuroko's invisibility because all of his flashy moves he's been using, they are basically saying that he's gained too much aura and now his invisibility is useless. And to make things even worse, this man Akashi done found his own version of Kuroko. He's out here just building super teams like he's the Golden State Warriors. How is this fair?
He copied my whole fucking flow! Word for word, bar for bar!
Akashi has damn near broken down the entire Seren team. They look defeated. Everything seems to be going downhill until Kuroko gives his own Irwin speech and tries to push for the final hit. Kuroko found a new batch of cheat codes and Kagami has opened his domain. Everyone is pulling their own special moves out right now. Izuki literally has like Isagi's metavision. Kagami Kage's simple domain is single-handedly holding down Akashi and his team, allowing Seren to catch up. Just when Seren seems to have gotten the upper hand, this man Akashi unlocks his own zone and enters into a domain clash with Kagami. Look at the way these guys are moving, bro. How are they even meant to stop this? There's only one way they can beat him right now. In good old JJK fashion, let's get to jumping. And that's exactly what they do, because Kagami and Kuroko team up and posterize Akashi, and this must have broken him in a similar way Sean Frost was broken after Dwalin stopped his shot. This character archetype is so goated. Akashi is going through inner turmoil as his other personality tries to take over and as his ego has been shattered. After Rakuzan calls a timeout and Akashi gets a reality check, he snaps back into reality and reawakens as his true self. A true coming of age full circle moment. It's truly beautiful. He loses his Gias but gains his old aura back. And so let's just go ahead and finish this game. Now that Akashi is awakened back to his true form, he has some sort of support ability where he can put each and every single person that receives his passes into the zone. Let's go ahead and add another 7 nonsense points for that, because what do you mean bro has a team assist ability? This is not Overwatch, bro. We're playing basketball. They get back to playing and it seems that they are somehow interconnected by their subconscious. They done weaponize the power of friendship into some Space Jam Avatar state like connection. Look at this sequence of basketball, bro. Are they playing a high school game of basketball, or are they trying to save the world from an intergalactic alien species? These guys are insane. I'm genuinely convinced these 5 together can probably beat Sukuna in this state. Just imagine the synchronized jumping they could perform like this. 10 seconds on the clock, Izuki passes the ball to the clutch shooter Hyuga, who pulls off the most big ball play of all time and draws a 4-point play. There's ice in his veins. You can't take him out. He's different. He's not the same. You are you, but he is him. The last play of the game, they have to miss and score the rebound. They pass the ball to Kuroko and the theme starts playing. He alley-oops the pass to Kagami and this man does a whole airwalk and jams the ball with pure violence to finish the game. Cinema, poetry, art, sensational. This shit means something to me, man. This is what I've been talking about. What a perfect way to end this perfect sports anime. From ego driven to teamwork. The reverse blue lock. That finishes Kuroko No Basket, and this show will forever have a special place in my... It was only a matter of time before they decided to add black people to that basketball anime. The only thing that could have been more of a slam dunk is adding P. Diddy to that Promised Neverland. I'm not gonna lie, when I first found out there was a Kuroko No Basket movie, I was insanely hyped. As a fellow black man, I was just happy to see how they would incorporate black culture into the anime. Wait, hold up.
Get it through your head that you're nothing but monkeys. I was curious about what this monkey came to tell us.
Man, you monkeys are just too weak, ain't you? Damn those monkeys.
Surely you're starting to get it now, monkeys. Bring it on, monkeys.
Come on, bro. Who was on the board of directors of this movie? They must have had Frieza, Geto, Zoro, and Toby Rama spearheading the operation, because there should be absolutely no reason for them to say the word monkey that much throughout the movie. Last time we used the Senshiig skill, but this time we are going to get a trophy notification each time they do some nonsensical bullshit. So let's cut the yapping and get straight into the meat and potatoes. The movie starts off with Kagami getting a phone call from his baddie of a teacher saying that he might be getting drafted, and this alone got me so hyped. They really drafting Kagami before Kise Ryota. Fast forward and we get to see a streetball game between the American team called Jabberwock and some of the Japanese team called Starkey, who was filled with a bunch of seniors from the previous seasons. And I'd like to reiterate that they said these guys are 18 years old, and there is nothing in the world that you can do to convince me that this guy over here is 18 years old. This is how the seniors looked to me when I was a freshman. The Japanese team is honestly pretty stacked. They got that one guy from Bleach, that one guy from Mob Psycho, and even Kise's ex-captain. After the nonsense we saw them deal with in the earlier episodes, this should be a wash. The match begins and Jabberwock are kinda getting fried, I'm not gonna lie, but turns out they were just playing with them, because Eminem over here starts doing some professor type streetball move and passes it to the Somali for a quick bucket. Tristan Jazz calls that ISO and then spins him around and bounces the ball off bro's head, and I'm not gonna lie, getting the ball ping-ponged off your forehead gotta be top 5 most disrespectful things that can happen to you in basketball. I'd rather get posterized. Yusuf goes one-on-one with the guy from Bleach, but he got him out there hitting that cha-cha slide before dropping him on his ass and then standing over him like Jude Bellingham. This is foul work, and to finish it all off, we got Luke Cage damn near jumping above the backboard to close the game out 86-6. If some nonsense like this happened to me, I'm gonna have to relocate, bro. Like, I can't be getting blown out in front of the baddies. Kasamatsu tries to be on his fourth in timing and keep it professional, but Jabberwocky isn't on all that. He even left bro hanging.
And monkeys don't have any right to play on this court.
I wish I could say I edited this audio, but this is the real dub. I'm flabbergasted, and to finish it all off, he spits on his hand. I'm all about self-control, inner peace and stuff like that, but if someone spits on my hand, I'm crashing out like Prime Gara. And I'm not the only one who shares this sentiment, because Rico's dad offers them a rematch and begins to draft the greatest team ever created since the Phantom Troop. Welcome to the 2024 Senshiig Olympics draft pick for the Vorpal Swords. The first 7 overall legendary draft picks are no-brainers, no introduction necessary. It's the generation of miracles plus Kagami. This team alone is already strong enough to solo the My Hero Academia verse, but let's see who we got next. The number 8 overall draft pick is the epic clutch shooter Junpei Hyuga. The number 9 overall draft pick is Midorima's boyfriend, the rare shooter Takao. And at number 10, we got the common Wakamatsu. I honestly don't even know why they brought him. Nah bro, getting to see all the generation of miracles plus Kagami together on one team is the type of dream stuff they never let us see in sports anime. Like imagine all the best players from Haikyuu all together on one team. That would be peak hype. This is really what it felt like seeing Team USA at the Olympics. Fast forward and the coach has to check up on Jabberwocky because they've been partying all night while staying in Japan. But Kuroko tagged along and started talking crazy.
You have African American rappers saying N-word this and N-word that, but a Caucasian can't.
So say it. Nigga.
Sanji really didn't take lightly to that and hit Kuroko with a Diable Jambe, but just as everything seems to be going south, Kagami pulls up and goes for a Superman punch without even asking any questions. Look at his face, he's perplexed.
Oh, I guess that means you're the ones we're gonna be facing tomorrow. At least you monkeys seem halfway decent.
Alright bro, let's cut out the friendly fire. We really got Uncle Ruckus's disciple over here calling Aomine a monkey. Aomine and Kagami are ready to squabble, but Kuroko wants to beat them on the court instead. The game begins and Akashi wasted no time, dribbles the ball across the court and throws a lob to Aomine for a quick bucket. Kise blocks the ball and Akashi gives the ball to Aomine, who speed blitzes Frozone and makes it 4-0. They swing the rock to Nash, who goes for a no-look pass to Ronnie Coleman, but everyone knows that paint is Murasaki Bara's territory, who blocks it. Midorima gets the ball all the way in the corner, but these guys didn't realize his shooting range is the entire earth. He would honestly have insane aura if his barber didn't hook him up with the Naruto Uzumaki special. We are gonna need the hood's greatest minds to fix bro's haircut. He must have been tired of all the Izuku Midoriya comparisons. The first quarter ends 20-8 and it's low-key looking like a cleanup. All that talk about monkeys just for them to be trashed like that new KSI.
From screen to ring to bend to the king.
Looking at the bench, almost all the generation of miracles are tired. I mean, it's fair enough. Aomine literally stopped training so people could catch up to him, and Murasaki Bara is practically a mukbang YouTuber with the amount of food he eats. The second quarter begins, and I might have started talking a little bit too soon, because Nash gets the ball to Silver, who goes past my glorious goat Aomine, and then posterizes Murasaki Bara. I know Silver gonna post this on the gram talking about some just dunked on a monkey, call me Tarzan. The game resumes and Silver is dominating the entire court right now. Nash passes it to him on the fast break and just look at this. Nah, bro jumped from the 3-point line, started airwalking like CP0 and then windmilled it. Look at his eyes. You know an anime character is locked in if his eyes go completely wide. This is ludicrous. Bro is just zooming all over the court like law accurate LeBron James. I haven't seen a performance this dominant since Thanos in Infinity War. Murasaki Bara is really doing bad out here. First he got dunked on and then they hit him with a nutmeg. The second quarter ends 24-33, so you already know it's time for some substitutions. They sub off Midorima and Akashi getting subbed off is crazy, but I got faith in the coach. He's like an Aizen level strategist. Kuroko and Kagami get subbed on, so you already know it's time for some fusion shots. They pass the ball to Silver, who thinks it's going to be an easy bucket, but Kagami and Aomine hit us with a power of friendship block. Murasaki Bara passes the ball, but they quickly realize why they call him Kuroko the Shadow. Kuroko hits us with his iconic Kamehameha pass and slaps the ball to Kise, who gives it to Kagami, who yams it in that basket for a quick bucket. And look at Silver in the background. He froze up like me when trying to spit game to a baddie. Kagami and Murasaki Bara double team Silver, but instead of passing, he has that blue lock egoist mentality and tries to go alone, allowing Aomine to grab the ball.
Damn dirty, eh?
Man, I know the script writers and voice actors had way too much fun in the studio recording these lines. That one came from the soul. Kuroko gets the ball and does some airbending to get it to Kise for an open dunk, making it 36-40. They get back out there and it seems like Nash has finally decided to lock in, giving a quick pass to Silver, who yams on Murasaki Bara's head so hard he literally starts bleeding. This wannabe Shaquille O'Neal cannot be 18 years old. I refuse to believe it. Mash and Silver are basically like Yuji and Todo, Kyrie and Luka. They are really a dynamic duo, 99 overalls with all badges unlocked. The score is now 42-61 for Jabberwocky, and they sub on the grill master Akashi to cook up a 5-star meal. Kise uses perfect copy and Aomine enters the zone. Look at this transformation. They are out here looking like Trunks and Vegeta in Dragon Ball Super. They begin double teaming Silver and it's basically like being hounded by two Aomines. Akashi passes the ball to Kise, who snatches Logic's ankles and passes it back to Aomine for a formless shot. This team's chemistry is off the charts, it's straight green links. Sadly for Vorpal Swords though, Nash is still locked in and passes the ball to AJ Shabil, who literally uses a whole flash step to line up a 3-pointer. I always forget that even the random NPCs will have quirks and non abilities in this show. Aomine powers down and lets Kise handle Silver on his own, and Kise starts cooking. He blocks Silver. Silver runs back trying to win the ball, but peep the height difference. Silver gotta be at least 7 foot tall, 350 pounds of pure muscle. Kise ain't shook though and goes past Silver and gets an anime flashback allowing him to posterize Silver. He got his get back. He really put bow on his butt cheeks, and you guessed it, Kise has entered the zone and he has perfect copy. Enough time has passed. Current Kise could probably take on perfect Cell. I've seen enough. Man, when Kise went into the zone, it was nothing but pure hype for me. Kise is literally gliding across the court, flash step, spin move, easy bucker, double team, between the legs, your dog water. He's the GOAT. The GOAT. Alright, I've been giving you guys what you asked for, so it's time for you guys to return the favor. Equivalent exchange, you know? We are making good progress. I'm officially second in the race to 100k between me and my homies, and I'm really eyeing that #1 spot. So make sure you subscribe and help me get there. Less than 10% of you guys actually subscribe to my content, so, you know, please support your boy. Whilst Kise is dominating, Akashi begins straight up talking to his inner self like he's Naruto and Kurama, and asks his alter ego to lend him strength. I'm not even making this up, look at this. What in the Aster Itadori Yuji Zangetsu is even going on right now? Kise has run out of stamina by playing at max strength for so long, but this background sound starts playing, so you already know wannabe Ayano Koji is back in control of Akashi's body, and he's here to stand on business. Akashi's got his gears back and uses it to shut down Nash's lightspeed passes, and he steals the ball and sends KSI to eat dirt, but Silver is still on guard and manages to stop Kagami. They decided to double team Midorima to prevent him from using his Steph Curry shot, but they must have forgot this is the Midorima Curry. He gets into shooting motion, I'm talking full form without the ball, and Akashi passes it in for an instant release. This is the type of stuff LeBron and Curry were pulling off at the Olympics. They managed to claw their way to only a 3-point deficit, but just when everything seemed to be going good for Vorpal Swords, Nash really said, "It looks much better on me." Turns out this wannabe Uchiha also has an Emperor Eye, but unlike Akashi's eye who can only see the future of one person at a time, Nash's eye can see the future of every single person on the court. Man, what type of bullshit even is this? You mean to tell me you have the ability to transcend space-time and you're using it to play street ball? Not even the NBA or anything, just basic street ball? Nash needs to join the Avengers or something. I heard they're short-staffed. Now that Nash has awakened his devil fruit, he's really going ball for ball with Akashi, but this man Nash is on that compound V because he snatches Akashi's ankles, blitzes past Midorima, and hits a 4-point play on Kagami. Hate him or love him, there's nothing you can do about it because he's #1. Whether you hate him or love him, there's nothing you can do about it because he's #1. Murasaki Bara is tired of seeing Akashi get blown out, so he pulls out the legendary hair tie and slicks his hair back like Aizawa and tries to defeat Silver. Bro's even smiling. He eventually managed to block Silver and then gives one back for all the times he got yammed on. Silver and Murasaki Bara are going hit for hit like King Kong and Godzilla, but when Murasaki Bara manages to score a dunk, this 350-pound armored titan injured my nonchalant goat, causing him to break his hand. But if there's one thing you shouldn't do is hurt Kuroko's friends. He gets like a fairy tale level stat boost. They sub in Kuroko and the most scrumptious background sound starts playing, and we finally get to see Aomine and Kagami team up whilst they are both in the zone. If Kise and Aomine is Trunks and Vegeta, then Aomine and Kagami is Vegeta and Goku. This is peak fiction, man. Oh my days. This movie is just pure fan service. I couldn't ask for more. Akashi goes one-on-one with Nash and plays the ball to Kuroko, who smacks it to Aomine at Mach 10 speed. Look at the impact frames. Imagine you got a fresh cut and you get your head slapped by Kuroko. You're cooked. Aomine hits another one of his formula shots. He's really playing like prime Kobe. They try to line up a counter, but Kuroko intercepts and hits us with another lag switch shot to make it 83 to 87. Nash starts crashing out and speed blitzes past Akashi, drops Midorima and dunks on Kagami. There is no way bro is a normal human being. This might be Meliodas. Nash is a true egoist. With less than 1 minute left on the clock, he's abandoned all his teammates and is playing on his own. But just when I thought they might for real lose this game, Akashi has another chat with his inner demon, and this has to be a reference to Yu Yu Hakusho. This is literally the exact same scene Kurama had with his alter ego Yokai. This writing, this might be fire. Akashi and his inner self have decided to fuse and become one person, coming like Kami and King Piccolo, making Akashi the ultimate player, allowing him to see every single thing on the court. If you were about to fart, Akashi would probably know that you were about to fart 5 minutes before you farted and adjusted all his movements accordingly. This guy's on another level. He unlocks the avatar state and goes plus ultra, surpassing his limits, passing the ball to Midorima, who always was going to sing that free. I genuinely don't think he's missed a single 3-pointer in the entire show.
This motherfucker don't miss.
No, he's fucking good.
That motherfucker don't miss, man.
He's good.
In the heat of battle, he don't miss.
No.
In the heat of controversy, he don't miss.
With 10 seconds left on the clock, Jabberwocky is planning on running down the time to win by 1, but when all hope was lost, the man we often forget is the main character gets a steal on Nash, lays the ball to Goku and Vegeta, who hits us with the most sports anime finish of all time, a double dunk to finish the game 92 to 91. This is peak fiction, peak cinema, peak life. These sports anime always make me feel like I'm part of the team. I was in my room at 3 AM dancing like Jonathan Myers. I cooked for the whole day. But the smiles and happiness didn't last too long, because my dog Kagami broke the news that he's officially leaving Japan and joining his school in America so that he has a clear pathway to the NBA. And bro, as someone who's lived in like 3 different continents and always has to move to different places, having to say goodbye to many of my homies on numerous occasions, this goodbye hit me in my soul. I deadass teared up, and then to rub salt in the wound, we got that airport scene between Kuroko and Kagami where they got their final true goodbyes, and man, all I can say is it's a terrible day for Rain. All I wish for is to either get like a side story where we get to see Kagami in the NBA, or a sequel where we get to see like all of the generation of Miracles and Kagami playing in the NBA. Is that too much to ask for? I don't know. Also, now that I've seen the movie, I'm going to update my tier list on who I think is the best players. Anyways, if you enjoyed the video, you can watch part 1, 2 and 3 on my channel, and make sure to subscribe. I'm trying to beat my homies in the race to 100k subs, so join the family. That's it from me. Peace. Oh, and follow my Instagram.